Yo, 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 yo. It's your boys, the dish. We back at it again, man. Hey, fellas, it's getting around about that time. We got about 2 more weeks left of regular season baseball. We got a couple of close races going on. Woo! I don't know what to do with myself right now, man. I got my guys, Cat Five. I got Todd Through. I got Jorge Guru in the building, man. Guru, it's close over there, man. It's close over there. Talk to him, man. Talk to the people.
Well, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I got a lot to say about this rankings that we just did. So I'm just gonna say what category says. Y'all know why I'm here. So let's get it going.
Speaking of Cat Five, man, talk to him, man. What's good?
Well, y'all see the background? I chose this one because the hot debate as of late is the AL MVP. Not so much the dish crew, I don't think, but the scene crew is a little bit split on that one. So I had to make sure my opinion was loud and up front. So, but like Jorge said, I'm just happy to be here.
Ty, 100 games right now. You got about 16 or 17 left. Can you win them all? The schedule favors you. Talk to the people, man. What's up?
This has been a theme for me, but pretty much all season long. Unlike Dave Roberts, I'm keep my mouth closed. I ain't guaranteeing ish. And I wish he'd do the same. And there's gonna be something I'm gonna talk about when it comes to the get it off your chest segment coming up, because I got something I need to get off my chest and say about teams that win over 100 games. So more on that later, but I'm here and I'm ready to, chop it up, take, a huge swing and knock it out the park, only like the dish can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not that kind of chop, Trev.
We talking about that chop. Yeah, but one chop, man. But Cat Five, man, we was talking about something earlier, man. You was talking about the playoff format. Explain to the people how this gonna help and how this gonna hurt these players. If it's good, is it bad for TV? Elaborate on that, man.
Yeah, man. Well, it's definitely good for TV because we're getting more baseball. We got the two new playoff teams this year, and now instead of a wild card game, we have 3-game wild card series. But in order to kind of squeeze, what they should have done was, in my opinion, expand push back the end date of the postseason. But they're trying to squeeze these games in. So now what's happening is you've got the division and championship series only giving one off day to these players. And I have not actually looked at the schedule for the World Series. I would assume it is the same, maybe a second off day because it's the World Series. But this is interesting for me because you're not going to get to rest your arms as much. So some of these good teams with questionable bullpen depth could find themselves exiting before they expected. It also lends itself to a team like my favorite sleeper, the Guardians. If they get past that wild card round, I don't know if there's a deeper pitching staff in baseball, and so that's going to favor them. They're going to have the quality arms to be able to parade out there without taking a day off. If they get to the championship series, it's 5 game days in a row. So if we get a 7-game series, you're going to see a lot of unavailable arms, and a team like Cleveland, who, by the way, is 5th in batting average in baseball for the month of September. Even though they don't score a lot of runs, that's going to favor them because they're also 26-16 in 1-run games, and only the Padres are better in that respect. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to, we always talk about pitching and bullpen being the biggest factors in postseason play, and this is just going to make it even more important. So
to go off of what you said, as far as the World Series go, the only days off are 2 days, and it's the travel days. It would be the 30th of October and 3rd of November. So those travel days are the only days that are off.
after games 2 and 5. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, I don't know how that's going to affect. It is going to affect the arms, especially the teams that go deep into the playoffs. The other thing I want to touch on is to go off of what you touched on as far as the wild card series. How is this going to affect? This is the first time we're going to see a bye in MLB. How is it going to affect the top two on each side? Because the season ends on the 5th. The wild card, if it goes 3 games, ends on Sunday the 9th. And then this division series doesn't start until the 11th. So that's 6 days off for the top 2 seeds if it goes 3 games in the wild card. Well, either way, it's going to be 6 days off because the games don't start until October 11th. So, I mean, we've seen in baseball before, usually the hottest teams and the teams that keep playing are the teams that advance to the next round. How is it going to affect, those top 2 seeds? We'll see. It's going to be interesting to see. And then division series, you don't have a day off. They play Tuesday the 11th through Monday the 17th. So that's excuse me, a day off for the scheduling, but the games you do have a day off in between. So it's kind of hard to read, but they have days off, like a couple of days off. That's about it. So like Storms is saying, the arms, I don't know, the arms are going to tire out, especially the bullpen arms. And you're probably going to see, to be honest with you, maybe teams go 3 or 4 men rotation in the series, just because, they're going to be tired, especially if they go into the league championship series. It's going to be interesting to see. What do you got to add to it, Ty?
I think it's a time for those who actually are sharks when it comes to being at plate. If they smell blood in the water, it's time for them to take a big bite. This is the postseason is where clutch moments and clutch performers, as much as I don't like to say it, are kind of presented to the casual fan, right? So at these epic at plates, of which you only get on a good night 3 to 4, you get that one a plate against either setup guy, middle relief guy, or long relief guy that you like, and his stuff, and you can call it, a mile away. That could be the difference maker, unfortunately. So this is what happens when you have a lack of proper run support. If you leave runners in scoring position on base, looking at you, Los Angeles Dodgers, where it matters. And that's what, separates, champions from those who get bounced in NL or ALCSs or finish as a runner-up. So govern yourselves accordingly, managers. Be careful about pitching by committee, and don't be so predictable. One of the things I would say is that managers who stick to their guns and are stubborn, looking at you, Dusty Baker, can be predicted in the postseason. So if you say I'm wrong, come on the show and tell me I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. Dusty, you're welcome to come on the show. I love you, Dusty, former Dodger, but prove me wrong, man.
Please come on the show.
He'll probably cuss me out.
I would love.
Yeah.
I would love for one of them. I would love for one of them to come on here. I would love to.
Dusty's he's cool. He's calm. He's not gonna kick up too much.
That day is gonna come.
It's all love, Dusty. It's all love.
Yeah, I also think this is going to be something where we're going to see a heavier reliance on those back of the rotation guys as innings eaters coming out of the bullpen. It's something we see every year in the playoffs, but I think we're going to see it. We're going to see it sooner and more often, given the lack of off days.
I think my perspective on that, as far as the schedule, especially with the top two, the top teams on the NL, the AL, the number one seeds, it benefits them, the arms of the pitchers, but me personally, it don't benefit them with the bats. For some odd reason, the bats cool down when they get rested up like that, because I guess they're not into it. Me personally, that's just my opinion on it. The pitchers get rested, their arms get rested, but at the same time, with those pitchers, are they more accurate? Like Jorge said before, the hottest teams be the one that play through the whole year. They get hot, and they make a run. So that's just my perspective on it. I don't know about everybody else, but overall, they better get as many reps as they can to stay warm.
Yeah,
Get as many reps as they can to stay warm.
it goes to your point, man. You in any sport, you can't mimic game speed. You know what I mean? And with the bats getting off for about a week, they're going to cool off. And especially going against pitchers that have been pitching, while that team's off, they're bound to get cooled down a little bit. The other thing is, I think it benefits this schedule benefits a team that likes to see pitches and go deep into counts because of the stress that you put on the pitcher, and you can get him out of the game earlier. And if you can see that pitcher over and over again in the series, we've already said, no matter as good of a pitcher you are, the advantage goes to the hitter. So I think Storms has a good pick for underdog as far as the Guardians go, because they don't strike out a lot. They put the ball in play, and when they put the ball in play, good things happen. Kind of like Kansas City Royals that won the World Series in 2015.
Second best contact team in baseball this year.
Mm-hmm. Question before we go to the next subject. Being that I got a Dodger fan and a Mets fan, I'm going to ask the Dodger fan first. Do you want that one seed? Yes or no? And if yes, how is it going to benefit you?
I say yes, because it calms your nerves, which can be a good thing or a bad thing. But I think sometimes when you're in a tough wild card or a tough series before you get to like a DS, before you get to the CS or the World Series, for instance, last year, that Dodgers Giants series took, I think, a lot out of the Dodgers.
Yeah, so did that fake K. Yeah. Yep.
Look, check swing or not, we're not going to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Ooh, he got away with it.
We ain't going to talk about it, Trav. We're not going to talk about it.
That had a little Angel Hernandez. He went.
But I mean, some series just like and it carries over into the next series, and it's in all sports, like whether it be football or basketball. Like some series by series, like you can see how much energy has taken out of the players, the coaching. You start second guessing yourself, whereas if you have that moment to, prepare and dot your I's and cross your T's, you come in with a little bit more swagger, hopefully. Not lazy, just a little bit more confidence, more moxie, knowing your stuff. And then you also got to see what your competition has been doing as well. So you can kind of gauge, are they coming in ready or are they coming in exhausted and we about to get this work in? So give me the rest. And let's play ball, whoever may come. And I think that's the best way to go.
So before I get to my answer, I want to update people. Actually, we had Victor Mino stop in the group and say, "What's up, fellas? Everybody here. I haven't seen him in a minute. What's up, Victor?" The scores right now, actually, the Pirates just took the lead on the Yankees 5-4. In the seventh, in the top of the eighth, excuse me, there was an error by the Yankees to throw to second base from Rizzo that put runners on first and second with 2 outs, and the batter just got a single and scored the go-ahead run. Also, Mets and Brewers 3-4 on the top of the seventh. Mets got first and second, 1 out, and then we have Atlanta leading the Nationals 2-1 in the bottom of the seventh. Trav, to answer your question, man, it benefits the Mets because the Mets have 2 elite pitchers on the top of the rotation that have been hurt this year. So having the 5 or 6 days off for them is going to benefit them, especially if they want them to go deep into the games in the divisional series, if they have the bye. Now, if they get the wild card, I mean, it all depends on how they look or how they feel going into those games. I mean, obviously the wild card now we know is a 3-game set, with it being at home, meaning whoever's the better record, and between the Braves and the Mets, whoever doesn't win the division is going to get those home wild card games, so they're going to be at home anyway. So whoever's traveling to those stadiums or to that city, it's going to be hard taking 2 of 3 as it is. But I mean, having those days off would benefit the Mets because of that. Having 2 aces, not older aces, 1 older ace, and then also DeGrom has been hurt a lot in the last 3-4 years. It's going to benefit them.
Health is wealth, definitely.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You was talking about scores. I'm sitting up here looking at this football game that's happening right now with the Blue Jays and Phillies. It's 14-10.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention that game too.
Yes.
Yep. Crazy. So somebody missed an extra
Which
point.
one got held to a field goal?
Yeah, exactly. Right there.
the Phillies right now. Yeah. So, next thing we want to talk about, man. We haven't done this in a minute.
My God, let's just get to this because
we usually do 10, but it's 5.
Chairs were thrown and people were ignored.
Go ahead, Trav. Go ahead.
Ignored.
Go ahead, Trav. Say number 5. Get it off your damn chest because I know you want to.
No,
Look at that dumb. Look at that smile.
No, Jorge, you say number 5.
I'm not saying it.
So, me and the fellas, before we got on, we put the 5. Some people was disgusted. Some people was agreeing. Some people was disagreeing.
This is fucking hideous. Disgusting.
So at number 5.
Bet y'all can't guess who was disgusted.
So at number 5, we got the Mets.
Jesus Christ.
Number 4, we got the Cards. 3 is the Braves. 2 is the Astros. And 1 is, of course, the Dodgers. Now,
Hey, Vic, your team's not on the list, Vic. Your team's not on the list.
Stop it, man. Hey, but Jorge, let's talk about this list a little bit, man. I mean, I know you don't agree, but with everything else, though, talk about everything else, though.
I just like talking my shit. Look, the reason why we did this list and the reason why we do this way is because, the Mets have been horrible, to put it lightly, in September. And, well, the Braves haven't been horrible since, like, I don't know, June. So, yeah, exactly. So, it is what it is. We go off of how teams are doing and how the streaks they've been on. And, well, like I said, Atlanta's been on the streak since, June. So, before I had my thought, the Pirates just hit a 3-1 home run, 8-4 Pirates in the 8th against the Yankees.
Oh, wow.
Pirates own New York in September,
Man,
that is.
I swear. So there you go. But yeah, no, the Mets have been bad. The Yankees have been worse. That's why they're not even on the list. And the Cards have put their name on the map and just taken over the Central. And like every year and every other year, just have their name in the playoffs. You know, we say it every year. What you have to do, get in the dance. From there,
they just
anything
know how to
can
get there. They just
Yeah.
know how to get there.
So I'm just going to talk about those two teams because, you know, we're going to talk about the top three teams in a second. But go ahead, Storms. What do you got to say about the 5 and 4 and then the Yankees that we left out?
So Jorge, I am sorry. The Mets are a good team. But you know what? They had a little bit of a hiccup here lately. Yeah, they clinched the other night. As I pointed out in the chat, I thought it was rather poetic that they clinched in Milwaukee after the Brewers got to celebrate at Citi Field for the same reason last year. That was kind of cool. But you know, don't anybody take this as us saying that the Mets don't have a shot to win at all, because they play different, not different, but they play their own brand of baseball. It's a formula that works for them. And so even when the bats aren't going every night, they got a shot to win every day. I think Lindor's been having a fantastic season, and he's still killing it here lately. I mean, that guy just doesn't slow down.
And to add to that, Alonso would be MVP if it wasn't for the year that Coachman's having, to be honest with you. Because Alonso is just hit a 3-run. Oh, wait. Lindor, just to go off of that, just hit a grand slam, 7-4 Mets.
Oh,
I made a better point.
So, and Alonso actually hit a 3-1 home run earlier, and he has 121 RBIs with 36 home runs, and he's batting like 290. So that goes to show the type of year he's having. Go ahead, Storms. Finish your thought on the Mets. Sorry.
Well, let me move on to the Cardinals, and I'll come back. The Cards, like you said, man, this is who they are. Every September, they're going to turn it up. They're going to win 70% of their games, and they're going to put themselves, if they weren't already, in a position to play in the postseason. We talked about
every year.
Oh yeah. Something we talked about in the Dish group on Facebook, just an insane, crazy statistic. The Cardinals, since Yadi Molina debuted in 2004, have played in a grand total of 24 games where they had been eliminated from the playoffs. 24.
That's stupid.
I mean, this is I don't have a whole lot to. They're just the Cardinals, man. The reason, and they're threatening. It's not going to probably happen at this point, but they pulled themselves took advantage of the Braves and Mets both losing a few at the same time, got themselves within 5 games of those two teams. It's unlikely, but it's possible they come in and take the second seed away. But the reason for me personally that I had the Cardinals and Mets at 4 and 5 under the other 3 teams is I just have a few more questions about the pitching staff, especially especially in the bullpen. I also think that in the Cardinals case, they don't have a pitcher that I'm 100% confident I'm going to throw out there and get 2 wins in a 5 or 7 game series. Flaherty's great. Waino's great. But I just don't have that absolute confidence in them as I do Scherzer, DeGrom, Fried, guys like that. So, there's still good pitching staffs top to bottom. They just don't quite have, I feel like, the depth of the other 3 teams that we have ahead of them.
I agree with you. And same goes with the Mets. The Mets don't have that bullpen guy that's going to come in and shut it down before Diaz. We just don't have that. Now, that's where our weakest link is, and we have to find that person. Hopefully, we're able to use one of these starters that we have, like McGill or somebody that comes back from the injury and is able to do that. Maybe even Lugo steps it up, but the Mets don't have that, and that's their weakest link right now. What do you got to say about 5-4 and the Yankees, Ty, before we go to the top three?
So this is where, and I will say to all you casual fans or people who just probably look at numbers and think, oh, the dish is crazy. No, originally, Poppy Vic Jr., I wanted to fight for the Yankees to get like one of those spots, but I had to, put, obviously Aaron Judge aside and say, okay, let's look at the team. And while the Yankees have been impressive, like, for the season, if you look at instant, like sort of eye tests, it looks very attractive as far as the Yankees with their run differential, their record against 500 above teams, how they take care of teams at home. On the road, they're a little bit average, but, you would say, okay, I can rock with the Yankees, right? Wrong. Because you look at a team like the Mets or the Cardinals, they're a better hitting team, better and more consistent pitching team over the course of time. So you have to respect, even though the Yankees are in arguably one of the toughest divisions in baseball, the consistency, the longevity, and the skill and experience of these two franchises this year in totality. And yes, numbers may be deceiving, but numbers don't lie. You got to look at everything. Cards have better, batting average, better on base and slugging than the Yankees. I mean, and then they're owning their division right now. Right now, it's two teams and that's it, the Brewers and the Cards, but nobody expected the Cards to pull off the Central. I mean, so few people may have suspected, but not like this. And you could argue the same thing about the Mets too. So you have the adversity factor and that X factor as far as to exceed expectations, as well as managers who know the game, love the game and respect the game and can bring the best out of a club in total as a unit. 5-4, it belongs to them rightfully so. And that's why I didn't argue as much as I wanted to. And like I said, once you remove the greatness of Aaron Judge away from the Yankees, what you got?
Good point.
Quick note on the Yankees too. I had to step away for a minute while you were talking, Jorge, so I don't know if you mentioned it, but they are getting the both season and Yankee debut for Harrison Bader tonight, which is big news for them because this is going to this instantly makes them a better defensive team. Judge gets to go back to right field where he is elite, and hopefully this is going to be another bat that can get that lineup going when they need it, because that's really what they need more than anything else is another dependable bat.
Yes. And one more thing, I'm in my Jackie Chan adventure. Shout out to the 90s kids who get that reference. When you look at interleague play, what did the Cards do to the Yankees this year? Swept them.
Swept them.
So
two.
Dennis King, Vic Jr., come on the show if you feel I'm wrong, if we're wrong.
The only thing that I'm gonna go to the Mets because obviously you guys know I'm a Mets fan. I know more numbers about Mets because I watch them every day. The only thing that benefits the Mets is as far as them being good as far as to make this list is two things. They've been great against the division. They've barely lost against the Marlins, barely lost against the Nationals, and I think they're one game up against the Braves, even though the Braves swept them 4 games. I think they're 11-10 or something like that. I don't even remember. I don't even remember what it is. But
you swept them 4 games.
Oh, you took 3 or 4. So
I'm making sure. I'm gonna help you now.
So the other thing is that the Mets have an excellent record when they score first and leading after the 8th. I think leading after the 8th right now they're 84-0, and scoring first, I think they're last
as
time
you should be.
Yeah, but it happens to where you lose games in the 9th, and apparently they haven't. So
that's just saying, thank God for trumpets, huh?
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
that trumpet get to going, and let's close the door.
Yep. Yep.
Also
But moving on to number three, man, the team deserves to be here, the Braves. Uh they they got three pieces, three rookies that are going to be important to them going forward, which is Grissom now because Albies, I don't know how long he's going to be gone with that broken finger.
man.
So who knows what's going to happen there? He may be done. And then also Harris in center field, which is the NL MVP more than likely, and Strider on the mound. But Strider is now dealing with an oblique issue. And to add salt to the wound, Trevor, I'm hearing that oblique issue is the same type of injury that Scherzer had. He may be out for 6 weeks.
God.
So we will see. We will see. But
come on back, Mustangs. Come on back.
But
he is having just an outstanding season, man.
Mm-hmm. I want him to be here because I want to beat the Braves at their best. You always want to beat the best. So no excuses.
Oh, come on, as a Mets fan, you just want to beat the lucky hits guy.
So no, the Braves, man, they deserve to be here. They hit home runs in bunches and they score a lot of runs. They're never out of a game. Right now, they just put up another run. They're up 3-1 against against the Nationals, and they're number 3 for a reason. They've been hot since June. I don't even know what their record is because I stopped looking. There's something outrageous like 40 or 50 and like what 14 or something like that.
I don't remember the numbers, but they literally had an 800 winning percentage in over the span of what was like almost 4 months.
Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense. So hats off to them, man. They're hot and they've been hot. And going into this playoffs, who knows? They may win division, they may not. It's only a game separating both teams. 3-game set, huge 3-game set.
That'll be settled. I think that will be settled September the 30th.
Yeah.
That's when that 3 is September the 30th, October the 1st and 2nd. That's the series that's going to dictate everything.
What do you got to say about number 3? Tie category. Ty, you first.
So if the Braves get their 3-headed monster going at the same time in the postseason, and I'll say this: Trav last year, his theme and his word was restitution. I don't want to see the Braves in the postseason. I'll be honest, I'm a punk. Because
we know.
it's just respect. It's just respect as far as knowing what the Braves can bring when they're on, and that 3-headed monster of you got Dansby Swanson, you got that Riley kid, and you got Matt Olson. Now, if they can get on the same page all at the same damn time, in the postseason, it's not going to be pretty. There's a reason why Kyle Wright got 19 wins, and it's even though as good as he is, it's because the Braves can put up runs. But they do have legitimate pitching. Like they're still young, and there's still a lot to develop. But the Braves can pitch with you too. So if you have a team that can get it in the mud or outslug you, that's a scary team, and I respect them. More so than the Mets. But I'm just kidding. Right? I just had to take a shot. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to see them because when they get on at the same time, and get that swagger going and get that mojo going, they're defending champions for a reason, and you got to respect that.
Apparently, we respect them 2 spots more than the Mets, but
this is subject to change. This is subject to change by the end of the year. So just keep it moving.
No, man, like I agree with everything you guys said. And like I said before, this is just plain and simple. I had them in number 2, but the reason they're up here is because they have gone on this extended period of playing the best ball in our sport. And because I don't have the bullpen questions, like even with the struggles of the aptly nicknamed Big Ken, Kenley Jansen. I mean, like, and I still don't feel like that's that big a deal. Like, if he doesn't figure it out by the time you get into the postseason, then he's your 6th inning guy. Like, whatever, you put him out there where if he does start to lose it, you can get him out and still have time to, depending on how bad it was, do some damage control, or get him out before, he's in a situation where if he screws up, it's the game. But you said all that, Ty. What's crazy to me is you said all that, and we, no Acuna, no Albies.
I was
and
just
still
about
here
to
we are.
ask. You said a 3-headed monster. Do you understand what 13 is capable of doing? And he's doing it right now. He's hot right now.
Oh yeah, no, that's my point. Like that was a really good point by Ty, but wait,
They're deep.
there's more.
They're deep.
You got. I mean,
Like-
and here's the thing about this. You got 13, Grissom, and the other Grissom and Harris is probably the 2 most consistent out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, Darnell gonna hit the first pitch that's coming. First ball he's gonna swing. He just hit a 2-run shot not too long ago. Grossman is doing good. William Contreras.
Relax. Simmer down, Trav.
Hey, man.
Hey, Trav, let me give you some numbers that are gonna put you on your ass, okay?
I don't care about that.
You talking all that about the Braves.
This is the segment where we're supposed to be highlighting the teams.
The Braves have the worst records against playoff teams. The Braves, Jeremy Knight. Thank you, Jeremy Knight, for these numbers.
He got some good numbers. He's right.
The Braves are 67-28 since June 1st. 67-28. That's stupid. First of all, and then this comes from the numbers on ending September 11th. There's 17-18 record against the Mets, Phillies, Cardinals, Dodgers, Astros, and Mariners. 47-7 against everybody else. And yeah, there you go.
Here's the thing, boy. It's kind of like basketball.
Don't make excuses.
I mean,
They're bad against good teams.
Yeah, no, listen to me. No, I'm being serious. Listen to me on this. You beat the teams that you're supposed to beat.
Okay, but you're not going to beat the team you're
Listen to
supposed
me.
to beat in the playoffs.
Listen to me, though. Listen to me. That's the Marlins, the Nats, and everybody else. But like you said, just get in the dance. We did this same routine last year. We didn't beat the high-powered teams in the season. We got hot and beat who we supposed to beat. But when we got in the dance, did you pick Milwaukee over the Braves? Yes, you did. Did you pick the Dodgers over the Braves? Yes, you did. Did you pick Houston over the Braves? Yes, you did. So it doesn't. Those are accurate numbers. But again, get there and finish.
I hate when Trav is right. I hate it when he's right. I hate it, but damn, I respect him.
I'm at this point, like I expected Trav to just be like, "Thank you for coming for my TED Talk," and then just walk off screen.
Hey, man, we gonna get on these last 2 teams, man. It ain't too much to explain. Dusty is one person, and the Dodgers is a whole different monster. That's all I gotta say about that, Cat 5. Go ahead, man.
I feel like this is like deja vu, man. Dodgers, Astros, 1-2.
This has been deja vu for like 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what's crazy about the Dodgers or about the Astros is like, my God, the rotation. Verlander's out, but they just got McCullers back. Framber Valdez has been otherworldly. Urquidy's been crazy good. Like there's literally nothing not to like about these 2 teams. Not a damn.
The Astros may be better this year than they were when they won the World Series. The last time they won the World Series, simply because of their pitching staff.
See, you know what's really cool about this season is I feel like there are more really, really good teams than we've had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Dodgers and the Astros and the Braves. Like, sorry, Jorge, I feel are at least at this moment clear cut better than everybody.
Subject
right
to
now.
change by the end of the year. Thank you.
Right now. But I mean, you look at the talent around baseball, man. The Cardinals and Mets, of course, are 4 and 5. The Yankees have not been hitting, but the talent's there. I mean, it's a fantastic roster. Look at the Mariners. Look at the Blue Jays. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like, and of course, it's every year, but there's just so much damn talent. It's just exciting, man. I love.
To go based off of what you just said, Toronto has put up an 18th spot in Philadelphia. It's 18-11 in Philly. Toronto.
Somebody got 2-point conversion somewhere, though.
Man, it's wild. 29 runs.
I don't know. Maybe they're playing by CFL rules.
But no, go ahead, Ty. Say what you got to say about Stros and Dodgers, and then I'll chime in a little bit.
So you look at that 2017 roster and you look at that World Series, I don't want to acknowledge, but I have to. Who's left? The Astros, like most great franchises, are just really, really good at development and scouting. They have people waiting in the wings for when they lose big names and don't skip a beat. There's a reason why they've won, I think, 5 out of the last 6 AL West divisional titles. There's a reason why you have that success and that consistency, and that points to how their organization runs on all cylinders. Regardless of the firepower, they know who can add to the damn fire. I hate it, but once again, you gotta respect it. And if I'm correct, you're getting Verlander back from the IL. I think it was a 15-day, wasn't it? Isn't he coming back?
I believe so. Yeah.
He pitched already. God. He pitched, I think, like 2 days ago, and he had, I believe, 8 or 9 strikeouts.
And again, you're getting Verlander back, who just did 8 or 9 Ks, who somehow has found the fountain of youth in time for the postseason. So health is wealth. They look healthy. They have, a great manager, albeit there's some question marks in the postseason of how he manages the game, but they can walk out of the AL yet again and give someone hell. So if I'm the Yankees, if I'm, the Guardians, if I'm, teams in contention like the Mariners, Blue Jays, or Rays, I'm looking at the Astros, who set the bar really high, and comparing myself to what they're doing over there and taking notes. If you want to win and win in the AL, there is your example. Follow the leader. Number 2. Now, number 1. And we've had great seasons. It seems like it's been, for the last, like you guys said, the last 4 or 5, it's been a 2-team race, for who's the best in the majors. And when you have a roster and you look at it and you're like, God damn, you're supposed to be. So when you pay this much, you get what you pay for. And we're lucky that, we have real pros who want to be the best, who challenge each other, who push each other, but are just that good and that skilled and that talented. So they're supposed to be here. Yes. There are questions about, health as far as pitching wise, but they're number 1 for a reason, because they've done it all year.
They paid enough bats, man. Go next, Cat 5.
Hey, man.
That's all I got to say. Dave Roberts, don't screw this up. Don't mess this up for me, man.
Before you go, Cat Five, I just want to express my love for Dave Roberts. I mean,
Trav, shut up, Trav.
I love him with all my heart.
Brad, put your background up. Hey man, I got exactly two things to say about the Dodgers. 103 wins, 22 game lead. How can you have anyone else at number one?
Judge just hit number 60.
Whoa, he's gonna break it. Yep, he's gonna break it.
Hell yeah, I hope it does.
It's a solo shot, but number 60. Yep, two away from 62.
Come on, Judge, and come on, Pujols, man.
So, going to the Astros. The Astros have Verlander that pitched on the 16th, which is Friday. He pitched 5 innings. He had 9 strikeouts. Man, if Verlander and Faber do what they've been doing all year, it's going to be tough to beat them. And then, like you said, Storms, they got McCullers back. That rotation's insane. You know, it doesn't even make sense. It's better than when it was Verlander and Greinke. And we may see a Houston Dodgers World Series again. You know, just these two teams have been just 1-2, been 1-2 for 4 years, and that's how it looks like it's going to end that way. Well, it is going to end that way. And the Astros, like you said, to your point, Ty, they lose all-world shortstop in Correa, and just plug in a kid by the name of Pena that's doing everything and anything that Correa has done. And it looks like he's going to be just as good in the future. And they just get the youth and they plug them in and are able to use them and put people around them. You know, they still have Bradley, they still have Altuve, they still have the third baseman, Bregman. You know, they still have those players. Don't forget about them. And they've been there, done that. So they know what they're doing. And as far as the Dodgers go, man, the Dodgers have been number one for years. I think we only moved them out of the spot once, and it was because they were going through a tough stretch. And outside of that, they've been that team. They've been that team, and they're going to continue to be that team just because of what they put on the field. And like we said, and we'll say it again, they're the only team in baseball to which they can get rid of top-tier talent, get top-tier talent back. Case in point, what they did with Scherzer and Turner, which is insane. But to go to opposed to that, the Astros may be better than the year they were in the World Series simply because of their rotation and because of the contributions they're getting from everybody else in the lineup. Now, the Dodgers, on the other hand, this is probably going to be the toughest playoffs they're going to have to face, or the toughest road to a World Series they have to face because of the teams they're going to play. You know, case in point, the Braves, the Mets, the Cardinals. You know, depending on who they play, this is not going to be easy for them. This is going to be a good playoffs, man, on both sides. It's going to be interesting to see what underdog or what team comes out of the wild card and makes some noise, for sure.
Yeah, one more thing about Verlander, just what I thought was a cool little note. Him and Scherzer, you know, they both had the injuries. At first, we didn't know if we were going to see him again this year. They both come off the IL within a couple of days of each other. Verlander, like you said the other night, it was the 16th. He went 5 and struck out 9 without giving up a hit and only 1 walk. And Scherzer the other night came off the IL and threw 6 perfect innings.
Yeah, he pitched yesterday.
Yeah. So it's both of those things that, you know, it's just encouraging as a baseball fan, man. Once we get to the postseason and you want to see the best out there. So, you know, it's just encouraging to see that, knowing that, you know, you always have that little that little worry, like, you know, they come back, are they going to be able to get right back into it? Is it going to take them a while to acclimate and get back into the flow? So that was good to see.
All right. We got 10 minutes left. This is the part of the show that we got to get it off our chest. This part of the show is going to start tied through. Ty, what you got to get off your chest, man? I got a funny feeling it's gonna be about the guy that I truly love, man. Talk to the people, man. Talk to them.
So there's a reason, and I haven't talked about it too much. There's many reasons, first of all, why I dislike the Yankees so much. Top jealousy, because they're a damn good franchise and they have like all the World Series, all the accolades, the most 100-win game seasons, all that stuff. But the year was 2001. There is a Seattle Mariners team that has such a great team. 116 games. Looked like they were going to storm through the postseason. They destroyed any and everybody that season until they got to the damn ALCS and got beat. Only won one game in that series as the eventual champions, the Yankees, won. Ever since then, there's been so much talk and almost like a curse for those teams that have a great season. This is in other sports too. You have a great season, you just blow it. Well, I've been a lifelong Dodger fan, and it was in 2017 where we had wonderful 100-win game season. It was a great time to be a Dodger fan. Felt like it was going to be our year. 104 games. And unfortunately, it wasn't our time. It was a hard-fought 7-game series against the Stros, and we lost because some games I still don't want to watch to this day. Game 2 and Game 5 specifically. Game 7 I tolerated, but anyway, I bring this up to get this off my chest. Los Angeles Dodgers, if you do not close this damn thing this season, don't ever win 100 games in a season ever again. Just don't do it. Go for 99 if you have to. Tank the rest of the way. I don't care. Or if you want to chase history and tie the record for 116, be wary of the ALCS winner. Beware of the American League. And beware of the Astros again. History can repeat itself. And I hate that I have to get it off my chest that history repeats itself. Because I'm looking and I'm not celebrating. Unlike 2017 where I was talking my ish, I'm not happy. I'm not comfortable. Dave Roberts screwed me saying we're going to win a World Series. Now we have to back that up. We won 100 games first. We have to back that up. We have the best roster and best lineup in baseball. We have to back that up. So much pressure. I don't want it. But just had to get that off my chest and say this. October, I'm ready. Bring it on. Please. No, I'm not going to say it, Trav. I'm not going to say it in that voice. I know you have the video somewhere. Please. Just close it out. All I ask.
Oh, Dodgers, please don't do it. I want to see a meltdown.
We weren't a COVID championship. We weren't. We were champions. Let's be champions again. Make the Dodgers great again. That is what I had to get off my chest. Screw 100-game seasons, because there are plenty of other teams that had great seasons. And recently, even as like last year, we had multiple. But I don't know if 116 will ever be reached again. If it does, great. I wonder if a team is able to actually win that many games and finish the whole thing. But I just had to get that off my chest. It's been bothering me since 2001, and I'll never let it go.
Hey, man.
As a Reds fan, if you don't want it, I'll take it.
Right?
Suffering from success. Shout out to DJ Khaled.
Y'all
Lord.
just see me put up praying hands because Kenley just almost gave up a grand slam. Thank God we got a good center field.
You know what? You want Will Smith back, Trav?
You know what? I would do my refund from the Dodgers on Kenley Jansen and would take Will Smith back with open arms at Houston.
If I could go back in
but
time
you
and
tore up the
record,
receipt.
Man, you know what?
You tore up the receipt.
Dude, we got a closer.
No, it's no returns or exchanges.
This ain't
without the
Walmart
receipt,
customer
Trav.
service, Trav. No Walmart
we got to
customer
do
service.
something. We got to, what's his name? Iglesias, whatever his name is, man. He got to start saving games, man. We got dude for no reason, man. We can't use him as a middle relief guy, man. He has to close.
Can't just pull up the transaction with the credit card number, Trav. You got to have the receipt.
Man, I'm finna find it somewhere. It's somewhere in the box or something, man.
Trav went to talking shit about Will Smith while he was on the Braves, not wanting him, not this and that. Talking shit.
No.
Hold on. Talking shit about Big Ken when he was with the Braves. I mean, when he was with the LA with the Dodgers, and now he's back to talking big shit about Big Ken because he can't save the shit right now. Almost gave up a grand slam. Oh! Stanton just hit a grand slam to put up the Yankees 9-4 in the eighth. Or did he walk?
What? That's 9-8, right?
No, my bad. He just walked it off with a grand slam, 9-8. That was the bottom of the ninth.
Oh,
he
that's
just walked it off. He walked it off.
Wow.
Salvage some pride, New York. Stand up, New York. Salvage some pride. Salvage some pride.
Wow.
Pittsburgh does not own you.
Instant news, right then and there, man. Golly, that's amazing, man.
Well, bad teams find a way to lose games, don't they?
That's quote of the game.
Mm-hmm.
They really do. But man, good show, fellas. Good show, man. We're gonna be coming up. When's the next day? When we gonna be back, fellas? When we're expected to be back?
We got to see if we can come up with a show this weekend. Playoff time is around, man.
Yes, sir.
And before we go, actually, I want to talk about one thing, man, real quick. Rest in peace, Maury Willis, man, a big LA player that passed away today. If you guys don't know who Maury Willis is, he was Henderson before Henderson was Henderson.
Yep.
So just
Maury and Jackie made the running game sexy in LA.
Yes. To let you guys know, Maury Willis actually had 6 years to where he was leading the league in stolen bases. He had 50 and 60, 61, he had 35. In 1962, he had 104. In 1963, he had 40. 1964, 53. In 1965, he had 94.
Ooh.
So he was Ricky Henderson before Ricky Henderson was in the league, and he made it sexy for speed. Speed kills, as we say. You can't teach that. And he was the one that led the way for the Brocks, the Tim Raines, the Davis, the Hendersons, Billy Hamilton now, specialist at stealing bases. But rest in peace, man. He's a big part of the game and a big pioneer as far as the baseball goes, and as far as him changing the game, just like other players have, previously in the league. But just wanted to shout him out, man.
Salute to greatness.
Yep.
Closing thoughts, anybody, anything, everything's good, man. I think we pay respects to the people we need to pay respects to in this great game of baseball, man. On that note, this the Dish, it's Tie Through, it's Guru, it's Cat 5. We're gonna see y'all guys later, man.
No more putting the Mets at 5.
No,
I'll do it again.
They perform it,
Mets
get
right
the
here.
proper rating.
This is the Mets right here.
Man, yeah.